This is Crime Stands Still, Season 2, Killer Instincts. One season, one story, the podcast that delves deeply into cases post-conviction, resolving cases, bringing you new evidence, fresh perspective, and revisionist theories. The whole truth, and not just what the jury heard. Episode 3, The Bomb Maker. Detective Gamber ruled Robin out, mostly because he concluded she didn't benefit from Gary's death. He circled back to Pam in Aspen. She benefited. In his third interview with her, he again questioned her about the life insurance policy.
Gary's the one that took this out before he ever did a bankruptcy or was thinking about a bankruptcy. He felt that it was important that I have something. It's all mine. This is 100% my money.
She wasn't wrong. Gary obtained the policy in 1992 for his children, Lois and Trevor. They were the beneficiaries. But any proceeds were to be distributed to Pam as their trustee until the children reached majority. But though Pam benefited, it didn't make her a murderer, did it? A bomb maker who wasn't even living in Tucson at the time? The potential list of suspects read like a rap sheet. Everyone from Gary's golf partner to his disgruntled business associates, to the Mexicans he'd swindled, to his floating casino ventures in the Middle East along the Gulf of Aqaba, to Tucson's notorious crime families, the Bonanno and Castellanos, to fugitives, Hell's Angels, his attorneys indicted for fraud, co-conspirators, and even an 84-year-old World War II veteran. That guy claimed to have bombed the journalist Don Bowles several years before. Gamber was obliged to pursue every possible tip and lead, if only to eliminate a suspect. When months passed with no arrests, Gamber began to follow the money, hoping to develop a victim profile.
Gary shuffled assets like a deck of cards. He put his house in his business partner's name. The Lincoln Town car he borrowed weeks before his murder was also registered to his partner. His home in Skyline Drive was owned by brothers who'd engaged in insurance fraud and spent several years in prison. Gary's list of friends were all either dead, missing, in prison, or criminals.
Then there was bad boy millionaire Neil McNeese, to whom Gary owed a debt.
Gary needed cash, so he offered his wife's $250,000 wedding ring to McNeese as collateral for a loan. But there was a problem. The diamond was a fake, and when McNeese realized he'd been scammed, all hell broke loose. He went absolutely crazy, telling me, "I'm gonna kill him! I'm gonna kill him!" And he said, "And when I do, it will be spectacular! The whole world will know I killed him!"
I believe his bodyguard put together a hit team to go after Gary. A bunch of lowlifes. Complete thugs. Both he and his bodyguard had criminal histories, convicted of extortion for threatening another guy who owed McNeese money. I found a witness who saw that hit team loitering in the parking lot of the country club the day Triano was killed.
Detective Gamber didn't buy the whole millionaire businessman Gary Triano gets in big trouble with mobsters and is killed theory. And he didn't believe the whole diamond ring story either, or the bomb factory, or the hit team, or any of the other mob hit theories.
Casinos lose money all the time. They don't go around killing people as payback.
But the bomb itself offered the first real clues as to the identity of the bomb maker. While Detective Gamber focused on the human debris, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives processed the bomb scene. They cataloged the evidence and tested the various fragments of wood chips and metal shavings and nylon threads, the end cap of the bomb and the battery source. Even in 1996, there existed bomb-making instructions on the internet. The agents concluded this bomb was more sophisticated than most. It was unusually long, 17 inches, and stuffed with red dot, a smokeless gunpowder used to reload shotgun shells. Most pipe bombs were 6 inches long and bought off store shelves. This bomb was cut to size, rethreaded, and had a 6-volt battery, which was something bombers used in the 70s and 80s before they realized AA batteries would do the trick. With this information, the ATF could pinpoint the bomber's age and develop a profile. Agents replicated the bomb in a chemist lab using components recovered from the crime scene. What they found would move the case in an entirely new direction.
Radio crystals confirmed that the bomb had been remotely detonated from just a few feet away.
That meant the bomber had been there, at the resort, watching Gary slide into his Lincoln Town car and notice the nylon bag on the passenger's seat.
Pieces of nylon thread from the crime scene matched a shred of blue fabric with the logo Echo Bay found on some duffel bags sold at Walmart. Only the real killer would know the type of bag used to conceal the bomb.
The search for the buyer was on, as investigators traveled across the country combing Walmarts and Radio Shacks for a match. Curiously, they skipped Colorado, California, Florida. All states detectives would later learn the bomber had lived. Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode of Crime Stands Still. And remember to download and listen for free on all your favorite streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, or Amazon Podcasts, or wherever you get your true crime fix. And if you enjoyed what you heard, please leave a review. Your feedback helps to keep the stories coming and lets others know where to find their next obsession. And if you'd like to learn more about this case, you can check out my book, A Socialite Scorned, available on Amazon and at kerriedroban.com. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and stay out of the shadows.